Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to share my screen. Good morning, Murali. Okay, so I have a very good production use case for everyone today. So we'll just see one production use case and then followed by some people do not know about Git. So we will also see the Git commands on how to commit the local project to the GitHub project, something like that. Okay. So I just wanted to open three different classes. First of all, vendor, client, and product. Okay. So I have three different classes over here. So this is a vendor class which has a dependency on the client. If you just go to the client is dependent on product. And product has a dependency on, it doesn't has any dependency, it just has a product map. Okay. Now, I have created some use cases for this. So there are 5 different use cases. This is a positive scenario. This is a negative scenario. This is also a negative scenario. All these are negative scenarios. Okay. See what I'm just doing here. So the first one is a vendor, right? So I'm just creating an object for vendor, some vendor name, and then the client. So here the client is going to have one client name and the projects associated with that particular client. Now here is the product, and here we have a product map. That's the total idea. Now, if you have one API endpoint in Spring, probably, it is just going to give you a vendor object. From this vendor object, you need to get this product map. Got it? So here, the vendor is a class. It has a dependency on the client. So client is again dependent on the product, and product is having the list of products. Okay, these are just the project names or the product names associated with the client. Got it? Now, yeah. So if you just go to this, so basically, I just wanted to, so this is a positive scenario. So I'm just getting a vendor by calling this method. Okay. So how to get the products map? Vendor dot get client dot get product dot get products. This is how we actually do it. Now, if you just run this out, you'll get the output of the different products associated with the client. This is the one. Okay. Now the scenario is you have actually written this code. And let's say here we are having a vendor, we are having a client, we are having a client name as MasterCard, and the product is there, but it doesn't have any products. Let's say. Now, what happens if you just call this? Just call this one over here, and then run this. Null. That means there is no object, but this is a map, right? If I just do anything like enter set, what is the problem now? You'll get null point exception. We cannot call a method on a null instance. We'll get null point exception, right? Now the other way around, if you just check all the other methods, it has a client, but the product itself is null. Previously, the product is there, but the product mapped is null, right? Now, if I just wanted to test this out, I can run this. Now, null point exception. And for the last scenario, so we have last 2 scenarios. Let's run this application and see the output. Null pointer exception. Okay. And then the last scenario where the vendor itself is null. Okay. Now, just run this application. Null pointer exception. So we cannot write this type of code, but let's write a code efficiently without any errors using core Java fashion. Okay. So vendor, so we need to check for not equal to null. And then vendor dot get client. So we will be getting the client. So again, I need to check if client is not equal to null. And then from this client, get product. So here again, we will be getting the product. And again, we need to check whether the product is null or not. Correct? And then product dot get products. So it's a map. Now, I just have to check if the products map is null, is not null. And it must be of size greater than 0. Then only we can do this. Now, positive scenario is okay. What is the other side? Let's say if the client is null. No data found. Copy this. So here also I need to paste this, right? And here also I need to paste this, right or not? And here also. But this will not give any issues because we have checked for all the conditions, right? If I just go to this first option, it will work because this is a positive scenario. It has given. So now let's check the second case where the product's map is null. Now check this out. So here, no data found. Okay. Next, for the third scenario, let's run this. No data found. You are on the path, right path. And then just run this application again. No data found. Good. And then probably the vendor itself is null. So now everything is working fine. So we are actually going to throw the proper exceptions. But if you write this code in a real production environment, no one will allow you to save this code to the GitHub. There will be a lot of code reviews. Can we write this much of code? Do we have any other alternatives using functional programming? So any inputs from anyone? Yeah, option is better for null check. So how can we use this, Murali? Okay, so I just wanted to keep this code, cut this code, and paste it on the top and comment it out. Okay, so I don't want to write all this code. So there is something called optional dot. There is something called off nullable. I will tell you about this off nullable and off in a bit later. So here I just have to submit my vendor, and there is something called a dot map. So here I will be getting the vendor object, right? V dot get client. So can we replace this with a method reference first of all? Anyone knows about method reference? Can we replace this with method reference? So this is just to call a method inside the vendor, right? Right or not? Now, we can actually replace this with this thing. So method reference is just an alternate for a lambda. Okay, instead of calling like this, you can just see here we are actually getting the vendor instance, right? So you can actually use vendor dot get client. The same way, now you are going to get the client, right? Now map client dot get product, and then dot map product dot get products. Now we are done with all the successful scenarios. Now what happens if there is a null point exception or null coming in? For that, we do have something called or else throw, and we do have a supplier. So here I just wanted to throw new exception, no data found. Just like the above. Is this code is better or this code is better? And throughout the whole sessions, we will be writing efficient codes like this, which you have not heard about anywhere. And you will not be getting this type of code anywhere in the Google article. Let me know if you are going to get this code from any of the Google articles, first of all. Okay. So here I just wanted to, what is the return type for this? What is the last one? Map. It's a map. So map of string comma string. It's a products map. That's it, right? Now here, as out products map, and then probably we are done with it. Now I will tell you what happens. Let's say if the vendor is null, it will not go to this 3 steps. It will just go directly to this or. If the client is null, it will just go to this handler. If the product is null, it will just go to this handler. If the product is null, it will just go to this handler. So that's the advantage of using optional dot off nullable. So optional dot off nullable will not throw null point exceptions. It will just have a handler function just like this. Whatever the condition is null over here or over here or over here, it will not proceed. It will directly jump to this particular condition and it will throw an exception, no data form. That's it. Got it? Now let's check all the scenarios first. So this is the positive scenario. Let's check this out. Run this. We got it. Now we'll get an exception of not null point exception, no data form. Got it? Now the scenario third, where the product itself is null. Run this. And here we do have the data not found, no data found. And the fourth step, run this. No data found. So here we are handling the exceptions gracefully instead of defining hell lot of things like this. Simple? Understood? Let me see the questions from online people. Thank you, Murali. Okay. Yes, Suresh, what is your question?
Yeah, what I was asking is like you are saying no data found, whether product is null or client or vendor, whatever, right? So if you want to display a specific message that
Right.
this product is not found or this vendor is not found. So how we do that in the second approach?
Yeah, we can also do that. There is something called a chaining, supplier, multiple suppliers chaining. Okay. So we can do that, Suresh, but not right now. This is just to showcase on how to use functional programming in an effective way. Got it?
Yeah, thank you. Because that will help to debug the thing, right? Sometimes.
Let see, you know about this, but even people doesn't know about option, how to use option and all this kind of.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So that's the total idea. Okay, got it? So this way we can use the effective way. But one more thing, if you ask me, Suresh, unmute from your side.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Okay. See, in real time, this is a simple Java-based application, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So are we using any exception handlers using REST controller advice?
No, I
No.
don't think.
So this is a simple Java application. If you just wanted to throw specific exceptions, we do have some exception handlers for specific exceptions. So in that we can actually throw exact exception messages. Using plain Java, it is not possible. Got it?
Yes.
Understood? Or do you have any questions?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah, that's the total idea. Okay, so now I just wanted to start with the Git first of all, because we have started the actual sessions from yesterday, but today we will see about Git first of all. Okay, so anyone knows about Git and anyone doesn't know about Git first of all, can you please raise your hands first of all? Everyone knows about Git? Then let me ask you the questions then. Okay. So let's say I just wanted to go to this GitHub account. So this is a place where we will keep all the repositories, but here I just wanted to concentrate on how to push the code to the GitHub repository so that other people can use it with their own choices. Okay. So here I just wanted to create a new repository. So let me delete this production use case because I have shown it for the morning patch also. So I just wanted to go to the settings. And I just wanted to delete this repository. Okay. Okay. Now I just wanted to create one repository. The repository name is production use case. Okay. Now, here you can give whatever the name that you want, because and this repository will act like as a project name for you. Okay. So here I just wanted to make this as a public repository so that everyone can clone this repository, download this, as well as they can even fork it. I will tell you all these options. Here I just wanted to create a repository. So right now this is an empty repository which does not have any code. Okay. Now I just wanted to go to this IntelliJ IDE, and then I just wanted to go to this place where open in Explorer. And I just wanted to go inside this. I just wanted to remove this .get. Okay. Now I just wanted to open. So there is something called git bash. So you can just use a git download. So go to the first link. And here you will find an option to download Git for Windows. If you are using Mac, click on this, and then probably you will get the Mac OS for this. Okay. So there are some commands. You can just use that, and the Git will be installed for you on Mac. But if you are using Windows, don't think that it is a monitor. There is a link over here. So just click on this. Once you click on this, the download will start for you, and the .exe file will be there. Once you click on that exe file two times, it will start installing Git for you. And once the Git is installed, you will be able to see these softwares: Git Bash, Git GUI, and Git CMD. Got it? That's the total idea. And the next thing what we are going to do, I just wanted to open. So I'm using Windows 11. So in Windows 11, you will not see something like Git Bash. So there is something like show more options. So here you will be able to see the Git Bash. Once Git is installed on your machine, you can just open this Git Bash at this folder level. So we are at production use case project. Now, if I do a Git status now, what will happen? This is not a Git repository, first of all. So not a Git repository. So if I just wanted to initialize this project with a Git, that means I just wanted to push this code to the web page of the GitHub. Okay. Now, if you just see over here, if you have the new repository, so probably they have given some use cases over here. How to initialize the present project with the Git repository. So copy this command. Paste this command over here. Git init. Now, if you see that, it will actually initialize your project with Git initial repository. So if you just hit this, you'll get this .git folder. Okay. Now inside this Git, you'll be having hooks, references, objects, and lot of configuration related things of Git. Okay. So now let's see that. Hey, Shrikant, please.
Yeah, good morning all. This is Shrikant. I am your batch admin. Can you please confirm in the chat box? Am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Yeah. So once again, good morning all. So from tomorrow, we are going to change the link. Those who have already paid the fees and filled the Google form will receive the new login credentials to your WhatsApp number. So from tomorrow, you have to join the class with Naresh IT app portal. The login credentials, what we are going to send, you will be having your user ID password. Below that, there is a link how to attend classes through portal. You just go through the video and follow the steps. So that you can use the portal. Okay. And there is one more number in the bottom, note. We have mentioned it as note. That's the support team number. If you have any login issues, you can contact them through WhatsApp. Take a screenshot of the error what you're getting while joining the class, and please share them in the WhatsApp. They'll resolve your issue. Okay. And for fee related queries and non-technical queries, I'm sharing my number. Already I've shared, most of you are having my number. Once again, I'm sharing my number. So save the number and try to complete your fee payments by today evening 3 p.m. If you have any fee related and non-technical queries, you can send me a message in the WhatsApp so that I'll clarify your doubts. Once your doubts are clarified, please don't reply me. Okay, thank you. Thumb fingers, smiles. Please don't reply me. That would be a great help for me because I have to deal with a lot of other batches also. Even they are sending me the messages, so I can't reply them on time. So I request everyone, once your doubt is clarified in WhatsApp, please don't reply me. Okay, thank you. Okay. And once again, I'm repeating the message. We are going to change the link from tomorrow. Those who have paid the fees and filled the Google form will receive the new login credentials to your WhatsApp by today 5:30, 6 o'clock. 5:30, 6 o'clock. So you can join the class from app portal tomorrow. Okay. If you have any login issues, there is a number in the credentials what you receive, app support team number. You can share the details to them so that they'll resolve the issue. And your batch timing is 9 o'clock. Every day you have to join at 9, 8:50, 8:55. Then only you will be able to log in. If you try at 7:30 or before 8:45, you won't be able to join. Just before 10 minutes, you have to join the session through the portal. Okay. Is that clear, guys? And one more thing here, we are going to create a Telegram group so that we'll be adding the paid students to the Telegram group. In that, me, Srinivas sir will be there, I will be there, and students who have paid fees will be there. We can have a communication through Telegram group. And sir will be sharing the GitHub link for the notes and everything, for the coding part and everything. Sir will be sharing the GitHub link. Is that clear, guys? Can you please confirm in the chat box? Is that clear? Only Morley. Okay. I got only 3 confirmations here. Others, now 40 students are there. Now I got 4. So others are not listening the class. Okay. Thank you, sir. Srinivas sir, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shrikant. Yeah. Okay, so here we have actually initialized with Git empty repository. So this is just an empty repository. So if you just go to the Git bash over here, I will just type Git status. So here, if you can see, it has some information. Our branch name. So branch is a place where our complete code sits in. And here it actually says that there are no commits yet. That means I have not committed any code to the GitHub repository. And here there are untracked files. Untracked files means these are not part of a Git. If I just have to make this as part of a Git, then probably what I need to do. So Git add. So you can just add a Git ignore and all these kind of things. So if you just see that Git status, this green color. So that means this has been added. And it is ready to commit. I will tell you at the end what is going to happen. So I'll just say Git status. And now if you just wanted to add all the files at one go, so Git space add space dot. Dot means all files. Just check the status and then probably you'll get all these files. Okay. Now, if you just see this Git status again, so all these files are new files. That means in our repository, there are no files yet. There is no project. So the next thing, what I need to do, I need to use this command, git commit -yum first commit. So now if I just paste this over here, these are my working directory files right now. If I just do git commit -yum first commit, what happens? 12 files changed. It has created a mode with this particular number 100644. And then now if I say git status, nothing to commit. we have committed the changes. But if you just see over here, if I refresh this, I cannot see my code first of all. I cannot see my code, right? So where is this code gone? So my code is there inside the local Git repository. So when you actually do git space add space dot, our files are staged. So there are three areas. One is a staged area, another one is a local area, and the third one is a remote area. Remote area means this one. This is the remote area, and this is the local area. That means whenever I do git commit, all my changes will be committed to this repository. This is a local repository. But when we actually call this as, so local area and remote area is clear to you. What is the staged area? So staged area is something where we have some untracked files. Let's say if we do git space add space dot, all the colors will be in the green color, and it is going to say that it has new file. So that is something called a staged area. That means we have staged our files, but not committed yet. But once I do commit, my changes will be there inside this local Git repository. But if I just wanted to push it to the remote repository, I just have to follow these commands. So there is something called right now. Can you see this? What is this? This is a master branch. Right now, GitHub has actually made the master branch as main branch. So that's the reason they are actually, so because if you just see over here, we are using Git. This is a CLI tool. So for this tool, they have not done any changes. That's the reason we are actually getting master branch. Now, what they're actually asking us to do from our side, rename your branch from master to main. I'll just go to this and paste it over here. And now if you can see, the master has been changed to main. And then the next thing, we need to add this Git repository. That means this is production use case.git. That means this is a remote repository. We need to add this to our local repository. Once we do add this, we can push our changes to the remote repository. So this is the last step. Now, if I push this, the changes will go to the remote repository. And if you can refresh over here, you can just see the code over here. So that's the total area. This is a remote area. This is a local area where our changes will be committed. And when we do git space add space dot or file name, those files are staged but not committed yet. So staged area, local area, and then remote area. When the local area will come into the picture, whenever we commit the changes, those changes will be committed to the local repository of my system. This is a local Git repository. If you just push the changes, it will go to the remote repository, which is this one. So that's the total idea. And let me see. Getting some echo in my voice? No, I think it is perfectly good, right? My voice is clearly audible to everyone? Yeah, okay then. So probably I'm shouting over here, okay? Okay, thanks, Akash. Yeah, so any questions on this particularly? So those who are really new to Git, and if they want to ask any questions, they can just proceed with their questions first of all.
Staging area and we can call it buffer area.
No, staging area is something which is not committed to the local repository yet. See, if you just go to a bank, you have a money in your pocket. That means your pocket is like a staged. Now you have taken a deposit form, you have written all the details. Now from your pocket, that means from stage, you are going to the local. That means you are putting that money on top of the deposit form and you are giving it to the bank people. That means that is a commit, local commit. From your side, you have committed that money to the bank people. Now the bank people will take the money and do some steps in the server, and then probably they will credit the amount to the bank account. That is something called a remote repository. So just understand like this. I think this example will be silly, but this is how it actually works. Got it? Anyone else who wanted to ask any questions? First of all, to push any code, we must create a repo on GitHub. Yes, you must have a repository, right? You must have a repository. And if you don't want, so let's say if you wanted to commit the existing repository, let's say there are two options. Let me create one repository. First of all, Gaurav. So let me go to this, this one, and then I just wanted to create a new. And I just wanted to create this as a test repository. And I just wanted to create a repository. So right now, your repository is a new repository. Create a new repository on the command line, or push an existing repository from the command line. Right now, this is existing repository, right? This is existing. Now, I can just use these commands to push my existing Git repository, or import code from another repository. So you can also import code by providing a Git URL over here. That's it. So these are the three options, Gaurav. Okay, thank you. And someone has raised their hands. Oh, so many people. Okay. So Murali Krishna. Hey, Murali.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
Sir, I want to ask, will the company give us access to the repository, and if they do, what kind of permissions they do? Sir? I mean, not just to push, like, will be accessible to the account of the repository, or just
See, if you just wanted to see if the Git is, so basically no one will be using Git in the real time GitHub. They will be using Bitbucket or GitLab. These are the two options, and there are other tools as well. But basically, we use Bitbucket, and in some projects I have used GitLab. So until they add you as a user to the GitLab or Bitbucket repository, you will not be able to clone the project, or you will not be able to commit the project.
okay.
Okay. So if you just wanted to take their projects or clone the projects, you must have an access. For those access, they will actually create some static credentials. They will give it to you, and then probably you have to set your password, and then you are good to go on cloning the projects or pushing the things, all these kind of things.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
So, did you create did you create the folder, or once you created the repository, the new folder is automatically created in the system?
No. So here, what I have done initially, right? So if you just go to my, so this is an empty project, right? So this is a project which is a plain Java Maven project. Okay. So here, what I have done initially, I have actually used Git space in it so that this Git repository will come.
Right. Yeah, got it. So you opened your Git bash here, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. And other person is Naresh. Yes, Naresh.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, I think you explained these steps for the creating the new repository, right? Initial stage, Git init, Git things. If it is a empty
Right,
repository,
exactly.
so we are creating new. So once we create only, we can, on top of this repository, we can able to create the branches, right, inside the repository.
Yes, we can also create a branch, right? So there is a command for this one also. I will just tell you more about the Git commands, but not right now, because this is just the beginning. So here you can also Git checkout. There is -b, and you can just, so right now the main code is present inside the main branch. I just wanted to create a development branch. Okay. Now, if you can just see over here, I just wanted to refresh this. First of all, just wanted to go to this and production use case. So here we will not be able to see the branch because we have not committed anything to that branch, particular branch. Okay. So here probably we do have a development branch in our local, not in the remote. So like this, you can also create a branch from here. So here you can just go to this view all branches. And if you just wanted to create a new branch over here, you just create a new development branch over here. And then probably create the source branch.
So should be down.
It will be created from that. And probably if you just go back to the production use case, so you'll be able to see two branches. So main branch, consider this as a production branch, and development branch where basically all the developers will write the code. Once it is tested thoroughly, then probably they can merge it to the main branch. But here we will have n number of branches. One is for development, another one is for test, QA, pre-prod, which is UAT, and then probably main branch, which is a production branch. Okay, so it actually goes from development to test or QA, followed by UAT, and then finally to the production, which is the main branch. So this is how the merging happens. But we will see all those things once we get time. Okay.
Yeah, once a proper repository is built, so on top of that real-time point of view, how to create the branch, how to clone the branch.
Right.
After development is
So
done.
Here I have not told you how to clone this project. First of all, okay, I will tell you the scenarios. Okay. So here,
but this basic step we can see in document, right? Your class notes, right? You're going to provide.
I will be. So here, what I will be doing. So right now, this is committed without any knowledge. So basically here I will be creating one readme.md file. It will just exactly look like this, where you will be getting the complete notes. So I just wanted to show it to you again. So if you just see this user registration service. So here you will be getting the complete notes. What are all the steps and major points to make you learn what is this kind of repository, what type of annotations that we have used and all these kind of things. If you just go to this fake notifications.
We can see for the Git point of view, we can see the steps based on how to initiate the Git and those.
Yeah, I will also initially for the basic project which we have, which we are going to push. So I will mention all those commands in the readme.md and followed by the application use case steps.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's why notes is not required. So I will be committing everything to this readme.md file so that you can read this and keep it as a backtrack. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now the next thing is, let's say I have just committed this code. How people can use this production use case, simple project, a sample Java simple project here. So here you'll be getting three different options. One is you'll be able to download this project as a zip, and there is something called a HTTPS clone URL, and there is something called a folder. So here I just wanted to copy this, and I just wanted to go to the folder. I just wanted to remove this first of all. Let me go to this screenshots. Okay, I do have a lot of things here. 1 second. Let me go to this Srinivas, and here I just wanted to get that project from Git. Okay, so Git bash here. There is something called Git clone and give the URL that you have pasted, copied it from this. This is the one. Okay, now if you just enter it, you'll get that project over here. See here, production use case. Everything you will be getting it. Got it? So that's the total idea. The another way is you can just download this zip directly. See here, you will get the project directly. Okay. The other option is you don't have to clone it or you don't have to download it, but if you are going to create your own GitHub account, what will happen? Let me tell you. So I just wanted to open a new incognito window, github.com. And here I just wanted to sign in. And here I just wanted to use my alternate. So just copy this. And go to this and paste it over here. Okay. Now, if I just wanted to go to this URL from my another GitHub account, there is something called a fork option. Okay. Right now, if you just see that for my Git, there is no production use case project. So I just wanted to click on this. So here I don't have production use case. Okay. So I just wanted to fork it. If you just fork it, this project will come to your local, not local, in your own GitHub repository. Just create a fork. So if you see that you have this production use case right in your another GitHub repository. Okay. So that's the total idea. So these are the only three options which are there. One is the fork. That means you just wanted to take that repository of mine into your own repository. And then there is another option which is download as zip. And then probably the other option is clone the URL. That's the total idea. Got it? Any questions on this, first of all? If you have any questions, you can just raise your hands. No one has any questions? Okay. If no one has any questions, probably we can wrap up for today. And tomorrow we will just start with Spring Framework, not Spring Boot, Spring Framework. We'll just develop some CRUD-based applications using Spring Framework, completely talking to the database. And then we will convert that into Spring Boot. But this CRUD operations will take some time to write the code. So I'll write the code in front of you, and then probably I will explain each and everything. And then probably we will take another use case where we have to convert that project to a Docker based. Okay, so we'll do that from tomorrow. Got it? So before wrapping it up, do you have any specific questions related to the future sessions or any further topics to be discussed? Something like that from anyone? I think most of the things are already clear to most of the people. So take it with exception handling also. Sir. Everything will be there, Akash. If it is a CRUD, we need to handle the exceptions using REST controller advices, and also we need to do some validations also. So everything will be there inside a single project. Got it? Should I make different repo for different mini projects, or should I make one repo Java projects and upload many projects in the repo? I think it is better to maintain one single project, but with different branches. Instead of creating multiple repositories, create one repository and create sub branches. That will be fine, I think, Saksham. Are you going to use Hibernate in our project? Yes, we are going to use, we are not going to use Hibernate. We are going to use JPA because JPA is most popular, because Hibernate is also dependent on JPA to perform database operations. Can we pull the project to the IDE directly from repo? Yes, you can do that. Okay, so right now this is a public repository, so you can do it, Murli. So just like you can just fork it, or you can just do a clone. That will be really great. Okay. So no questions from anyone? Oh, good guys. Then Suresh.
Yeah, actually, I have a question, one small question. Like, say, when you create a local branch, you use Git for that whatever, like Git checkout -b or whatever. You create a local branch, and you, let's say you have worked something, you have committed some changes, and in the meanwhile, somebody also made some changes, right? So
Yeah.
now I want to get the latest at the top of my changes.
Yeah, you need to do a rebase. There are so many options, Suresh. Rebase is there. If you just wanted to get the topmost
Can
one.
you show me one quick, like easier way, which I can do that?
Sorry?
No, can you show me one quick, like easiest way that will get all the changes? Let's say I don't want to say, sorry, let's say I made some
You'll not
changes.
be no, 1 second, Suresh. You will not be able to get all the changes if there are so many commits, right?
Mhm.
So there are multiple options. One is there is something called a cherry pick. Okay, where we want to get only specific commit repository changes. Okay.
Mhm.
The other one is something called rebase option, where you want to merge your changes. That means there are 3 commits. You just take those 3 commits and merge with your current branch. This is the second option.
Okay.
There is something called a Git splash, where we merge all the changes in one go to our main repository. So that is something called a squash.
Git
Okay.
stash.
So squash, SQUASH.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but we will do all these things together when we are actually starting with our CRUD application tomorrow.
Git pull will not give all the changes, right? It won't.
Git pull will basically give you conflicts.
Oh, it will give conflict. So
yeah, because let's say, right, let's say you are working in a repository, Suresh. I will show that to you how to resolve those conflicts also. So let's say you are working on a repository, right? Other 2 persons are also working on the repository. You have just taken the pull from the repository today.
Okay.
Today at 10 p.m., let's say.
Okay.
So after you have taken the pull at 10 p.m., 10:30, 2 people have committed their code.
They push the changes. Okay.
Yeah, they have pushed their changes. But right now, whatever the code that you have taken, it is outdated.
Of course, yeah.
So now what happens? If you are modifying the same file and if you are doing git pull again, you'll get merge conflicts.
Why? Like, just trying to understand why we get a merge conflict. Because
1 second, let me show you the file. Let me show you the file first of all, okay?
Yes, sure.
So let's say if you have this class main. Okay, now this is a file present in one project. Okay, let's say you have actually written some lines. Let's say the first line. So this line has been written to you. You have taken the clone of this project at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Got it? Now, so this is yours. Okay. Now, other people, let's say there is one person has the same code. But he has committed at 10:30 a.m. with first line and second line.
Okay.
Both the lines are committed at 10:30. Okay. Now, when you have taken this code, you don't have anything. You have written this first line, right?
Yes, correct.
But this fellow has already completed the code at 10:30 a.m. Now, do you have this code in your local Git repository?
No.
No. Now, let's say what happens if you just do git push on your branch. Let's say both are the same branches, but he has already committed these changes. Now you can do a commit. No issues on that.
Mhm.
Or initial commit or commit, let's say. It will be committed. But if you are going to do git push -u origin, the branch name. So here you will be getting the merge conflicts. That means already this person has committed the code, right?
Mhm.
You need to merge these two lines inside your code. Then only your code will be in sync. That means you have that person's code and then you have your own code.
Yeah, correct. Mhm.
Okay. Now, if you just do a git push -u origin main with this particular change, then only it will be pushed. Otherwise, you will be getting the merge conflicts. I'll show this to you tomorrow when we are actually committing a large change.
Which command will be doing before pushing
So
the
here
change?
we do have something called git rebase.
Okay.
And then, so here only one person has committed the change, right? So you will actually get this option if you do git push, right? So you'll see something called rebase 0/1. Once you, yeah,
Okay.
so here it will show this to you. So what you need to do, git rebase, and then probably you need to mention your branch name and then read. So rebase is already there. So there is something called a -- continue.
Mhm.
Once you do this, I will show this to you in practical. Now what happens? It will show it as rebase 1/1. Now you can just do git push -u origin main like this after this. So that means you have all this code. Along with your code, you have this first person's committed code also. Now you can just do the push to the git once you use the rebase. Got it?
So git that rebase 0-1, right? That I have to use after commit. Is that
Right.
correct?
See,
Before
no. 1 second. If you just do a commit, right?
Mhm.
Your changes are still there in the local Git repository, not in the remote repository,
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
now you cannot take a pull if you have committed your changes to the local Git repository. It will not allow you to pull, first of all.
Yeah, you have to stash.
So we need to use git stash. Or we need to use, so once you do git stash, your changes will be there in the stash repository. Then you can use git rebase. I think branch is not needed. You are in the current branch. So git rebase -- continue. If it is going to show 2 commits, you have to use this git rebase continue for 2 times. Then only it will show 1/2 at this. And then you have to do it again if there are 2 commits, I'm saying. Then
If
only
there are
sure.
two commits, right? When somebody is commit, that's what I'm saying, right? Already
Sorry?
somebody committed. So 2 commits means like 2% has already committed.
Yes, right. So it actually shares that 0/2. That means in your current code, no, this 2 persons code is still not there. So you have to do git rebase continue for 2 times. And there is also another command which can rebase the complete thing. But we need to do step by step because since we have also written the code, right? We need to resolve the conflicts first. Got it?
Yeah. So if I understand correctly, like, let's say we have taken the git pull and we have started working on that. So after that, I made some changes, right? So then I should use git commit first, right?
You cannot commit. That's what I'm saying. If the if a person is already committing the changes to the git, the same branch you are working on, you cannot take a pull because it will ask you to resolve conflicts first.
Sorry.
Got it?
So what I have to do, like before So you have to use git continue, git rebase, and then I can commit and push the change.
Right. Then only you can commit and push it.
Okay, yeah, got
Got
it,
it?
yeah. Okay.
So that's
So
it.
I don't have to
Don't worry,
start
man.
with the, yeah, you
Suresh,
can see the practical.
Don't worry about this. I will show this to you practically, then only you will understand. Okay.
Yeah, this is what most of the time I feel this issue, yeah. I
Yeah,
see
but
this
there are some things which we need to do. Sometimes we need to cherry pick some commits and we need to ignore some commits. We need to do cherry pick. So there are so many options in Git.
Okay, so you will
Just
be
go through
showing
one
me
at the time, please.
project, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay then. That's
Thank
all.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Other questions? Okay, thank you. So Neha, are you there? Yeah. Yes, Neha. Neha, are you there? Okay, fine. So if no one has any questions, probably we can conclude the session today, and then probably we can start with the actual coding from tomorrow, along with the notes. Notes will also be given and will be committed to the GitHub. So you don't have to worry about that. And also whatever the Git commands that I have used, I will list it out in the readme.md file. You can just see it. Okay. And Saho,
Sir, how to find that GitHub link for the note?
GitHub link. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
So github.com/thanvi02. You can just type this, you will get this Git. Just type this, man. Just type this.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Neha. I'm not able to hear you, Neha. If you have anything, probably you can ping in the chat. Please. Okay. I think that's all. If you don't have any questions, probably the session is done. I will meet you tomorrow. You are not audible, Neha. Can you please share your question in the chat, please? Akash, we will start our mini project modules from tomorrow itself. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. This is not a regular, topic-wise session, Akash. So we are going to start. See, from the day from tomorrow, whatever the project that we are going to do, the same project will be used in the mini project. So we need to create multi-module project also, right? So we start actually developing the Spring Boot application separately, and then probably we will merge it into the multi-module Maven project. Got it? That's the total idea. Yeah, I will show you how to resolve the merge conflicts, Neha. Okay. Because this is just a beginning, right? If I just tell everything on one day, people who know about Git already, that is fine. But people who do not know about Git, they don't know what are these conflicts and why this is going to happen. So I will take a separate session on that once we are done with the CRUD operations on the Spring framework. Got it? So that's all from my side. And are we using any database in real-time project? We have to use database, right? Neha. So probably we will be using Amazon RDS database and DynamoDB database, which is a NoSQL database. But right now, in the beginning, we will be actually using MySQL as well as MongoDB for the testing purpose. And then probably we will replace that with Amazon RDS, which is something like MySQL, and also using DynamoDB, which is something like MongoDB. Got it? So that's the total idea. Neha. Hope you got it. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.